Welcome to Doc's Garage, the Auto Shop series. I'm Doc, and this is one of a set of short videos that's going to cover repairs and maintenance of your cars and trucks. Try to save you some money and also help you not to get ripped off if you have to take it to a repair facility to have it fixed. Today's session is going to be on, please note, if there's a 2 behind that title, that means that this session is going to be deeper into that subject. That's designed more for the Auto Shop students. So without any further ado, please hit the subscribe button, tell your friends to check out the channel, and let's dive on in. Okay, you might wonder what that little yellow light is on your dashboard. It looks like a cutaway of a tire with an exclamation point in it, and it might say TPMS. What is that? Tire Pressure Monitor System is the TPMS system. It's designed to let the driver know if one of the tires is starting to go low on pressure. So they decided across the board, all manufacturers as of 2008, put a TPMS system in the car. Each of the tires has its own sensor, powered by a battery. That battery lasts typically about 7 or 8 years. When the battery goes weak, chances are your light might come on just to let you know that there's a fault in the system. Doesn't mean you got a flat tire necessarily, but it means that it can no longer read it, and you'd have to replace them. They recommend replace all 4 at the same time because all 4 went in at the same time. They're the same age. They're 7, 8, 9 years old. You replace just 1 at a time. You'll be doing this 3 more times in the near future. So if the light comes on, first thing to do is when you get a chance, pull over safely, take a quick look at your tires. Do they look like they're going flat? If so, then you need to either call AAA or plan to change your tire. But if all the tires look like they're okay, that means one of them is probably 4 or 5 pounds lower than the rest of them across the board. Not a big deal. Next time you get a chance, swing by the tire store, ask them to check them. Usually as a courtesy, they'll come out and check them, pump them up to the right pressure. That's also an opportunity for them to take a look at the tread and try to sell you tires. Just the way it works. That's life. So hopefully that helps you to understand about the TPMS system. Well, here's the deal on it. Take a look. You want to make sure that you open up your door jamb. Take a look down at the yellow label, and you'll see how much tire pressure you should have in your front and rear tires and the spare tire. That's something that's told by the vehicle. So go by the vehicle. Don't go by the sidewall on the tire. So what about nitrogen for your tires? Should you spend the money for nitrogen in your tires? Short answer, no. If you feel like throwing 20 bucks in the trash can, just do that instead and save your time. Don't do it. If you want to know why, you'll have to watch my Tires 2 session. See you then. Okay, when you're ready to start buying tires for your car, these are the sizes that you want to deal with. Now, on the outside, of course, you got to look at the tread. You want to make sure that you decide on tires that are good for your purpose. If you plan to be in the snow, you want snow tires, a tread for snow. If you're going to be just on the highway, then you want highway tires. Some type of tread will be a little bit more aggressive, good for rain and gravel, things like that. Some people are concerned about the noise. And one of the most important things you're going to see is somewhere along in this area right in here, you're going to see a date code. It's called a DOT code, DOT, Department of Transportation code. And it's going to have a section that's going to have 4 digits in it. The first 2 digits signify the week of the year that the tire was built. The second 2 numbers would be the year. Typically between 5 and 7 years is considered the danger zone. Over 7 years is definitely dangerous. In Arizona and places that have a lot of heat and sun, tires tend to, over a period of time, deteriorate and they get tire rot and stuff. The sun gets to them, they dry out. Some of the chemicals that are made into this tire tend to vaporize and dissolve. Anyway, after about 5 years, they're not good anymore. Time to replace them. So even if you got a good tread, if you see on the date code that they're getting close to 5 years or more, time to start saving up your money and looking for tire sales, because they're going to become dangerous very soon. Up to 5 years is okay. So again, when you go to the tire store, make sure as they're selling you tires, go take a look at the 4 tires ahead of time and just tell them, hey, I just need to see the date on these. You may come across a flat tire where you've got a hole in your tire somewhere. Well, here's the answers you're going to find when you take it to the tire repair shop. That is not repairable because it's on the sidewall. The only repairable spot is between these red lines that I put in, main part of the tread. So if you get a nail or some kind of a screw or something that goes through in here, they can patch that. The reason they can't here is because there's too much flexing going on right around the corner. On the inside where they have to put the patch, it would go around a bend and it wouldn't be able to hold. So legally, they cannot patch anything that's outside that red line. So that, for example, is not patchable, unfortunately. When you buy a set of new tires, quite often the salesman will try to sell you tire insurance. They'll say, let's say for an example, $35 a piece for the tires, and they can guarantee that tire to be replaceable regardless of something like this. In other words, if it's destroyed, whatever goes on, no questions asked, they'll just simply replace it. Sounds like a good deal. I think it's a little bit more expensive nowadays. It might be 45 or 50 bucks per tire. So you're buying 4 tires, let's say it's 45 bucks. That's $180 more on top of the cost of the 4 tires and mount and balance and all that, that you're going to buy for this insurance. And they're going to tell you that if anything happens to any one of these tires or all of them, they'll replace them for free, no questions asked. Sounds good, but consider this. You're almost going to be paying the price of one new tire. Almost the price of one new tire. It's almost like buying a 5th tire and tossing it in the trunk. So if you ever have a problem with one of these tires, they just simply swap it out for the one that's in the trunk. Give that some thought. Most people don't end up having a situation where the tire has to be replaced. So it's probably not the best insurance, but you decide. So, okay, should I rotate my tires? Well, yeah, the right front tire seems to take the worst beating in America when you drive on the right-hand side of the road. So we want to make sure that all tires have an even chance, and we don't want the one tire to be there all the time on the right front. So notice here on a rear-wheel drive, I crossed the right front over to the left rear, and now it's up to the left front, and then finally to the right rear, as you see that follow the box that I put across there. Front wheel drive, same thing, right front tire takes the worst beating, but here you want to rotate the opposite crossing. Notice the crossing is front straight back, and then the rear is crossed to the front. Then you got the directionals. Directionals just go straight back and forth because you see on the tire, it shows the direction of the rotation when the car is going forward. So you have to keep it on the same side. Then you got the staggered rotations, which means you can only go side to side. And that's for cars such as these that I'm showing you. These are the ones that sometimes have a rear tire larger size diameter than in the front. So you can only go side to side on some of these fancier type cars. You don't see that too often, but they're out there. Then, of course, you got the dually trucks, and they have their own style of doing what they're doing. And then after that, the only other thing besides rotating is to make sure that your tires are in balance. You want to get a good smooth ride on the road. So if you've got a tire that's out of balance, it's going to be bouncing going down the road, and you're going to feel a rough ride. I can't think of any reason at all why anybody would want to have a bumpy ride or bouncing going down the road. Well, I stand corrected. I guess there may be a time when you want a little bit bumpy going down the road, but okay, so there's that. But for the most part, you probably want to have a smooth ride, wouldn't you?